Um, Let me show you the brand. It's Mission. I'm using my computer and Zoom to do this because I left my phone in the other room and Brett's asleep, so it's super early in the morning. Gluten-free Mission, which is really cool because Mission's from San Antonio, where I'm from, so it's kind of fun. Okay, you take this. I have a plate right here. I'm gonna roll them. These are gonna be beef. Oh, got so much stuff going on. Well, all right. So this is beef. Ground beef because that's what Brett had suggested, but you can do this with chicken. And I'm using a creamy green pepper sauce, and I will mix that into it's. I made this yesterday. I'm going to puree that. There's no cooking with that one. I don't need to cook it yet. I'm taking this Mexican blend cheese, and I'm just going to put a little bit in here because it's going to go on top as well. These are pretty big tortillas. I'm only making 6 of them. And in the meat, I just ground the meat and use the Julio's seasoning. However, you can put tomatoes in here, onions in here, all that stuff, but it's already in the sauce for me, so I didn't want to do that. The Mexican blend has Monterey Jack, mild cheddar, queso, quesadilla, and asadero. Asadero? Jesus. Okay, whatever. My Spanish is terrible, although I do practice it a lot. Okay. Um, Me llamo Mexico. I love Mexico and I love the Mexican culture. I was fortunate to live in San Antonio for quite a few years, like 35, 36, 37. I think I lived there actually 37 years. And I just love everything about the Mexican food, the Mexican culture. It's very colorful and bright, lots of beautiful traditions. And so I did my best to learn Spanish, but um, mi español es muy malo. Means that my Spanish is very bad. Okay, there you go. Now, if I can't puree the sauce yet because like I said, it's super early in the morning. I try to cook as early as I can because it gets warm here in the summer and we don't have ACs in our house in the mountains. So we are remedying that though. We're working on it. So I can't puree this quite yet. It makes a lot of noise, but that's okay because I really don't need it in there. It's going to go on it, around it. And so you can see here, I've just put a little cheese, a little of that. Maybe I'll put a little bit more cheese just to kind of seal it when it's cooking. It'll help, act like a glue. I'm thinking it'll act like a glue. Why not? Why? Cheese is kind of gluey. Okay. I'm a cheese lover. All right. So these are not like flour tortillas or corn tortillas. Well, no, it's gonna act more like a corn tortilla. Actually, it will, because it's got kind of that texture. I love this kind of, I think this is so cool how Mission did that. It's got this kind of like edgy, it's cool edge. Okay. And then we're just going to sit them in here. I did grease this pan. I use that chosen avocado oil. I love it. I spray it and I even grease the sides. And so I'm going to put this like this. And then I'm going to put a toothpick in here just to hold it all together until I'm done making them all. Let's get the toothpicks. All right, so let's use a toothpick to keep all these together. I think it would really help. See how it kind of came unraveled already? And I really want that to kind of stay together. I'm actually going to use 2 for this first one. And you can see it just really keeps it staying together nicely so that I can make all of them. Um, Again, one side is greased. I say greased, it's oiled with avocado oil. And you're going to put the avocado oil side down in here. I love avocado oil. It has this one chosen is true to having a 500 point smoke point. Um, I would be a little cautious. I learned that not all avocado oils are pure, and so that means they don't have a 500 degree smoke point. So Chosen does, it has a 500-degree smoke point, and you can get it at Costco and Sam's. So you can buy it pretty reasonable, really reasonable actually, because they sell it in 2 packs and they're the bigger cans. The grocery stores do have it, so I'm not saying you have to have a membership to one of those. But the grocery store is more expensive, and um, it's selling it in a smaller can. Of course, it has to because you know they're not selling the huge volume like Costco or Sam's. But anyway, it's just really good, and I can trust that it's going to have a 500-degree smoke point. All right, so wrap that up. We put the cheese on the bottom and the cheese on the top. Again, let's throw our toothpicks in here, and then we're going to put oil side down right next to this one. All right, well, just keep repeating that. You fill it with what you want to fill it with, and then I'll come back in a minute. All right, so I did puree the green chili. I pureed the green chili sauce, and I used one of these. I don't know if you have one of these, but they're wonderful. I we got this when we got married, so I've had this for probably how long we've been married. So this month, actually next Saturday, we'll have been married 16 or 17 years. He did not marry me for remembering things like that. So, anyway, I love it. It's one of those little thingies it's called oh, it's Cuisinart. It's Cuisinart. Oh, it's dishwasher safe. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm putting this in the dishwasher. All right, so I blended that up. It took 2 seconds and it was quiet, so I didn't have to wait. And I'm literally just going to pour it right over. All of it is going to go right over. Again, I didn't bake this. Like you could cook this, right? You can cook the green chilies and all that stuff. But I use canned green chilies, sour cream, things that don't need to be cooked because it's going to cook in here anyway. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped about this. All right, so let's put that in there. And now I was hoping it would make too much of a mess there. Okay, and then I'm going to do the cheese. It's the Mexican blend cheese. It's going to go right on top. This is really, I think when I was wrapping them, I probably could have put this in there when I was wrapping them, but I didn't. I forgot I had this, so I was trying not to make too much noise. It's pretty early in the morning. All right, that's a whole bag of cheese, by the way. That's a 2 pound. No, it's a 1 pound. It's a 1 pound bag of cheese. Ooh, this is going to be cheesy. I mean, I think my thought is that I coat it with enough cheese that it acts like a steamer of some sort, like a cheese glue slash steam, and it's going to hold all the yummy green chili creamy sauce in there. Besides, cheese is awesome. Okay. I know I use a lot of cheese. I actually don't eat a lot of this because of the cheese, but I do love it. So I eat as much cheese as I'm allowed to and still keep the cholesterol down, right? Hey, let's go ahead and spatula the rest of this that's left in there out. And we'll put it kind of on the sides. I'm not going to put it over the cheese, but I'll put it on the sides. All right, because that's a lot right there. Yeah. Put it down in here. Cash and Fancy are hanging out on the porch all morning because it's just beautiful outside, as usual here. Durango has amazing weather. Even in the winter, which I haven't really experienced the winter because we moved here March 9th, and this was not a snowy year. They had very little winter this year. So, but even during the winter, it's very sunny outside. All right, that looks fantastic. I'm going to cover it with tin foil and put it in the convection oven this time. I've turned my oven has a convection oven setting, and it doesn't heat up the house as much. So I'm going to use a 400-degree convection oven and put that in there now. Very happy with the enchiladas. You can see here they have a nice golden brown. I know the lighting in here isn't great. This is the light, which is really cool. I love the light, but it's just not, it doesn't do the lighting here really well. And so in other words, it's giving like a kind of a greenish color almost. In person, it is not. That's more cream. This is a really golden brown. It smells amazing. I can't wait to cut into this, but not quite yet. I don't know if you can hear it. It's still sizzling. All right, we will cut into these in just a little bit. So this is the green chili enchiladas. They came out very nice. They're very large. I'm gonna show how I got them out. Because I'm using chickpea wraps, so they're a little softer. I just cut the very thin top layer of the cheese, and then kind of go underneath, and then gently kind of pull it apart until the actual like full tortilla comes out. And you can see here, it's exactly what happened. Look how big this is. Isn't this fantastic? Whoa. Oh, it's just amazing. It's nice and crunchy. There you go. Dinner for two. It's huge. It's literally the width of me. It's awesome. I do want to show, just so you can see, like this is the last two. See how they're separated right there? Because they were rolled so nicely. But the front is the cheese. So you just literally take a knife. You can see where it's separated. And you can just start lightly cut the cheese. So you're just cutting through the cheese, that's it. Not the actual tortilla. And then that way, I'm gonna show from the bottom. See, you can just separate them. All right.